What's going on, everyone? Just got home from Nile, 6 Feet Under, Psycroptic, and Embryonic Autopsy. Here in Seattle, part of the Revenge of the Underground 2025 tour that Nile's doing, with 6 Feet Under co-headlining. I feel like 6 Feet Under had a longer set, but I know Nile's songs are pretty intense. So let's kind of jump into it. Nile was one of the big names that I had yet to see. Finally got to see them. And I don't think I've ever seen Chris Barnes perform. And then Psycroptic I was pumped to see because I'd seen them before, but this time Jason Kaiser. Anyway, Jason was doing vocals for Psycroptic tonight, so I was pretty pumped. I like Origin, and he was a really good frontman. So that was an exciting opportunity, and I didn't know anything about Embryonic Autopsy, so always happy to see a new band. So the night started. Crowd rolled in pretty late, so not a lot of people. It wasn't sold out, but it was good. It was a good crowd for a Tuesday night. So the crowd rolled in late. Not a ton of people saw Embryonic Autopsy. They weren't bad. They were, to my ears, kind of a standard death metal approach. So not something I would have been interested in to begin with. But the crowd seemed to dig them, and the band knew, like, hey, we hadn't been here before. You guys are checking us out, And when you're an opener, for this kind of lineup, you kind of, I guess, that, like, most of the people are there to check out the main band. So, Psycroptic was up next. The crowd took a minute to warm up to him, but man, did they. And Jason's a great frontman, and he really got the crowd involved. So, at this point, most of the crowd was present, and most of the crowd, right, the pit had started, most of the crowd was kind of getting a groove. 6 Feet Under came on, and the musicians did well, the instrumentalists did well. Barnes is old, so his movements, there wasn't a lot, and his vocals, like, they were very forced, and they didn't sound natural or smooth, or I don't know. They just didn't really work. And the set was about an hour, and at certain points, it felt kind of like if death metal had a little danciness to it. Honestly, they probably could have gone about 40 minutes and been fine. 30 minutes would have been a good set. And I think if they were doing more of that, Barnes' voice, I mean, they've been on the road for 6 weeks now, so his voice would probably be in better shape. So, and all this stuff, all the trash that he'd been talking recently, like, man, if you're making fun of the metal scene or whatever, and then you come out and deliver this, like, husk of a performance, I don't know what to tell you. A lot of people were there to see him and really liked it. 6 Feet Under doesn't tour a whole bunch. But, like I said, if they would have done like a 30-minute set, it probably would have been good. But an hour was just too much. So I got the full set. Links down below, or will be down below. But, yeah, I don't know. It was a little bit rough to watch. And then Nile came on. Very powerful band. Really brutal band. I feel like their set was probably shorter. Maybe about, I think they were supposed to do an hour and 20, but they got started late, so it might have been an hour, 50 minutes, I don't know. They were good. It was straightforward and heavy. It's kind of weird watching three vocalists, right, bouncing back and forth. But the pit for 6 Feet Under and Nile was pretty active and pretty good. A couple people ended up on their ass. A couple people got thrown out for fighting. So, all in all, it was a really mixed bag for me. happy to have seen Nile, but I don't know that I would need to see them again. Okay, I don't need to see them again. Had I known what tonight would have been, I may not have gone. They weren't bad. It just like I think I tend to like to see performances more. So, but all that being said, you know, the guys, they sound great. Not any snags in what they're doing. So if you like death metal and if you like Nile and you want a solid sounding show, definitely go. If you want a bit more of a performance, you can probably pass on 6 Feet Under and Nile. Psycroptic probably stole the night, frankly. They just had like the most fun, energetic set, and Jason's always like, he brings it. So that's it, kind of a short little thing. I think they have about 10 dates left on their tour, so if you get a chance, might be worth your while to go see them. I know for me, yeah, I can let this pass and move on with life. So I have more shows, a lot of shows coming up through mid-April, and at which point I will be moving across the country, so no more Seattle shows, or at least not many. I will be New England area, so we're going to see a lot of stuff on that side. All right, take care.